Welcome back. Cheers to small business. Weekly tasting is the newest way to discover wine without ever having to leave your home. Here with us now are the two weekly tasting sommeliers who curate the weekly wine deliveries, virtual wine tasting videos, and recipes. Welcome, Lauria Maniec and Elizabeth Schneider. Good to see you, girls. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
What I love about this segment is it's not just ordering wine, but you're teaching us what wine goes with what. Tell us about the company.
So the weekly tasting is a non-subscription based delivery system where we curate wines for the consumer and we send them directly to them at $69.99. And it's a great way to taste new wines. We do videos and tasting notes.
And you're both sommeliers.
Yes, we are, yeah. So the sommelier course of study is you do a lot of drinking, of course. I know it's a really hard thing to do.
So look, it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Exactly, but you do a lot of study, also self-study, also visiting regions, doing all that kind of stuff to really bone up on your expertise. Not just so that you can understand wine from your perspective, but from what you might like to taste.
So you're really talking about what to pair wine with in terms of food, or telling us more about, you know, what a Cabernet is versus a Pinot Noir or something? Explain that, because a lot of people really don't understand, you know, what's what and why pair one with certain food.
Yeah, it's really both, right?
Yeah, the weekly tasting, sometimes we'll pick 4 bottles of wine that are based on a grape, like Pinot Noir, and you try 4 different wines from all over the world. Or other times I did like a pizza pairing pack where there's 4 different wines. So one goes with sausage pizza and one's for vegetables. So it's a great way.
The U.S. has a huge wine industry, and then people just want to decide, should I go with California or should I go European? Do you find you're drawn to American wines or more classic European bottles for the weekly subscription, or is it a real mix?
Well, it's not a subscription. That's the really great thing about this weekly tasting service, is that you just pick the stuff that you want. You
don't have to subscribe at all.
No, not at all. You just get an email or go through the weekly tasting app, and then you can pick what you like. So we do have a lot of European wines. They tend to be right now really great values because of the euro-dollar exchange.
Oh, sure.
And also there's a lot of really small wineries, and it's a great opportunity to learn the origins of the grape, right? So Cabernet Sauvignon is from Bordeaux. You might not know that, but we might do a pack where you have a Cabernet Sauvignon and a Bordeaux. Cabernet Sauvignon, just the varietal from Australia or from Argentina, from California, and then get to taste the kind of original version from Bordeaux.
In terms of right now, I mean, where we are, September, this is an important time of the year, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great time to do the weekly tasting as gifts. If you're thinking about what should I pair for Thanksgiving, we're going to have a Thanksgiving wine pairing pack. We have a host your ideal dinner party pack. So it's a great way. You can buy them for yourself and then gift them to all your friends.
Very cool stuff. So there's a lot of startups virtualing, you know, opening their virtual doors every day. You guys have been able to come up and create this company. How have you been able to navigate the starting a business? I mean, the startup world has to be incredibly competitive.
It is competitive, but it's really exciting. We're both sommeliers that curate the wine, so there's a personality behind it. 70% of our customers come to the weekly tasting even though it's not subscription and come back on their own. They tell their friends, so it's a really great time for us.
Yeah, because people want to know what to do and they want to know more about wine. I remember I took a wine tasting class years ago and I don't think I retained enough. So it's like an ongoing thing. You really have to understand as you experience.
Yeah, I say it's sort of like the Rosetta Stone of wine. We're giving you kind of little digestible bits of what you can learn about wine. So it's not overwhelming. We have these little cards that tell you the things that you should know, the food pairings, that kind of thing. It is really overwhelming. I think the really cool other thing about this is that it's mailed to you, right? So, and it's picked out, so you don't have to deal with the wall of wine, you know, when you go into the wine store.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, that's the thing. I mean, prices. Most people don't realize you can get a good bottle of wine for an attractive price.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on a red wine, right?
That's absolutely correct. That's a great statement. It's, you know, there's wine at every price point, but these wines are really curated for the everyday. So you can just go into your weekly tasting box and open it for dinner.
And I feel like the action right now, because there's so much competition, so many new regions coming online that we can learn about, there's a huge action in like the $15 to $25 range, and maybe in New York it's a little bit more expensive, but you know, not more than $30. You can get some great bottles. These wines are all about $17.
And by the way, I'm seeing recently a lot of wines with the twist off.
Yeah.
We used to look at twist offs and saying that's cheap, but there are a lot of twist offs now. Yeah. Should we not be afraid of a twist off bottle of wine?
Not at all.
Yeah, definitely not.
Not at all. Why? Because then why haven't we use that sooner?
I think it's the industry's response to the cork, and there's a little bit of cork issues. Sometimes you can have an infected cork, so this is a great way to know that every time you're going to get a great bottle.
Good stuff. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you so much
for joining us, Laura Maniec and Elizabeth Schneider there.